Yeah, absolutely. And I think the point of you saying to just like take a minute and just like think about some positive things in life is like
Mhm.
I've been doing that for a little bit, and I've been able to control like my negative emotions.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible.
Yeah, because it's really easy to get caught up in the world. It's easy
Yes.
to, go on your phone and watch social media and, oh man, like I wish I was doing what they were doing, or oh, oh he's a better basketball player than I am, or oh she
Yeah.
looks so cool, her hair is so and it
Yeah.
just everything down. Where if we actually just worry about ourselves and just create those habits, like you said, stop and reflect. And it seems when I first learned that and kind of went through everything that I went through, I was like, you want me to journal? You want me to write? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That is not who I am. Like, I got
Right.
things to do.
Yeah.
I'm not down for 10 minutes and meditate, or I'm like, who does this stuff or whatever? And it's not, you don't have to be extreme, and you don't have to, I mean, if you want to meditate for 20 minutes or an hour or whatever, you do you, but you don't
Yeah.
have to do that. Even just sitting
Right.
with yourself for 5 minutes and focusing on what you're grateful for and what you're going to
Yeah.
do that day, that'll make a world of difference, right? And
Right.
incorporating is even for young kids, exercise, right? Go
Yeah.
outside. There's a lot
Yeah.
of girls that are like, I'm not fit, I can't, whatever, or even boys, like go out for a walk and just start small, because it's not about
Yeah.
the action, it's about creating that habit, and then
Right.
it will keep going and change your life for sure.
Yeah.
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 So what's some advice you would give to like someone that wants to start like fitness or start going to the gym?
So yeah, my advice for sure would be just start small. I throughout my life have, because I was an athlete, I thought it would just be easy. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym every day. I'm going to work out for an hour. I'm going to go to these fitness classes, and you get into this, you get super motivated. Everybody around you gets
Right.
you super motivated, and you can last, and you do that maybe for a week, maybe for a month, but then you
Yeah.
crash because you're going all in too fast, right? So
Right.
you
Yeah.
have to create the person you need to be. So I want to be this, say I want to be this super fit, um, athletic girl, right?
Right.
But I'm right here. I have not created that person. I don't even have that mindset to be this person up here. I've got to
Right.
take all those little steps in order to get there. So my biggest thing with fitness, it's like, okay, just start small. Say you're not fit at all. I want you to go for a 20-minute walk outside every day and maybe do 10 sit-ups or whatever. And basically what it is just creating that habit. And then once you create that habit, you're going to start to see results, and you're going to continue it, rather than this, yo-yoing, where you actually see a lot of people, they do lose a ton of weight, say they want to lose weight, they want to get into fitness, and then they gain it all back, right? So a year
Right.
later, all
Yeah.
back. Well, reason, because they've gone in, and you can do hard things, but can you maintain those things, right?
Right.
If you're not creating that mindset, and you're not creating, the person that's down here does not have the same mindset of the person that's up here. And so you have to take all those steps and create all those little habits. And that's the biggest thing. And I think throughout, we look at all these videos and everything else of these really super, super fit women, which is actually, crazy, because I have gone to workout classes with someone that I would look at, if you were to look at me and you were to look at her, you
Mhm.
would probably say I was more fit. I
Mhm.
couldn't keep up with her. I mean, do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? We have
Yeah.
been trained and brainwashed with what fitness is and what it should look like else. And it's like, actually, no, it's not. It's simply just creating habits. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how big or how small you are. There's always something you can do to better yourself, and really just, what are your goals behind the fitness, right? Are you
Yeah.
super fit, or are you just wanting to incorporate this because it's great therapy? It gives you that mindset. It gives you those endorphins, right? So find your reasons for it, and then create those little habits daily in order to get to where you want to be, so you can create that mindset, going forward.
Yeah. And obviously like starting little and doing little fitness activities is very healthy, both for your body and for your mental health. But
Mhm.
there's a lot of sports out there, so many, and a lot of them are very interesting and could like captivate someone and have them join their high school team or something like that. So what are some of the sports you found during your journey of fitness and like encouraging others to go out there and exercise?
Yeah. So for me, my sport growing up, I'd go and play whatever sports with other people or whatever. But growing up, I was a basketball player. So
Right.
yeah, I grew up playing basketball. It was every day. It was Alberta teams. It was, you go up to college, you go like all of these things. And I played club, I played school. So I was heavily, heavily involved in basketball that I didn't have time really, really for anything else. Right. So I think the biggest, even for young kids, if there is one sport, whatever it may be, it can be literally anything. There's such a big, mindset wise, I do like the team sports. I have to say, I do feel that they, for long term, they do teach you how to work with people, because you are going to have to work with people throughout your life and whatever. So there's that. I mean, the individual sports really do create that self, where you really have to push yourself because you have no one else doing it for you. So there's pros and cons, I guess, to all of them. But I think the biggest thing is for especially young, teens or whatever, you don't have to be the superstar. You don't have to do, you don't have to be the top, but just to play a sport and keep yourself involved in something is going to really help you later in life. Not only for, me playing basketball, that those endorphins and that growing up doing that, that's kind of what got me into wanting to, do fitness, right? Because I know how it feels. It feels good to sweat. It feels good to, whatever. I'm not in the fitness game to have the best perfect six pack or any of that. It's all about, the mindset and the feeling behind it, and obviously health benefits that come with it. But I think nowadays too many kids, and a lot of times I've seen even, some friends' kids, they'll go up to like 15, 16, they'll play sports, quit. And as you watch quit, their lives go like this, right? They have nothing to do. They're on their phones. They think they're going out with friends, but they're not engaging and not really challenging themselves. And so you do see a lot of these kids fall into depression or get into the wrong crowds and everything else. So I do critical to be in some sort of organized sport, right? No matter what it is. And just be okay that you don't have to be good, right? You could just be simply going to, even if it's a community group a couple times a week. So you get that sense of community, you're getting some physical activity, right? I think often we think we're trained to believe that we have to be the best at everything. And if we're not really that good, then we're just going to quit. Right. So, and that's unfortunate, right? Because there's so many other benefits. You don't have to be the best at everything. You just need to do something at the end of the day.
Yeah. Just like staying active and making sure the kids are running out, exploring the world, and just like being active, because exactly. That's important.
Yeah. I mean, anything, right? It doesn't even have to be like an actual sport, but just doing something and with somebody else, right? So if you don't have a sport that maybe you just can't get yourself to do something like that or whatever, find a friend, find someone to be accountable, and create your own activity, right? Whether it's go for a bike ride, whatever it is. And you guys hold each other accountable, because that's the key. Because if we don't have somebody kind of, cheering us along, it is very easy to just fall and feel forgotten, I guess. Right. And then, and I think especially with, the way the world's gone the last couple years and COVID, I mean, the mentality of teenagers and kids has been damaged so much because they couldn't do it, right? They couldn't, when we were in Canada, we're in California now, but when we were in Canada, we were in full lockdown. I mean, my kids couldn't. So what I did was I took them down to our gym. I'm like, guess what? It's gym class. Do whatever. I don't care if you're bouncing a ball over there, or if you're on the elliptical over here, like, let's just do something. Right. So that physical aspect, no matter what it is super, super critical to pull ourselves out of, just that negative mindset. Because even as someone like me, I consider myself super positive and everything else. But if I sit on the couch and I'm like, oh, I'm not really feeling that great, I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm resting, whatever, I am blessed. Trust me, I'm blessed beyond measure. but I can get where I feel sorry for myself. And I'm like, my life
Right.
sucks. I just, like
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. And,
Yeah.
and I know who I am, but that's just what sitting around and doing nothing does, right? We're not finding gratitude. We're thinking of everything possible. And I mean, people would look and they're like, how could you ever be depressed? Well, because I'm human. That's just, it doesn't matter what you have, what you don't have, how fit you are, how whatever you are, you can get depressed if you don't constantly create habits to better your life and
Right.
your body, basically.